Rio de Janeiro, a city in Brazil with a population of 6.75 million. But after Godzilla Cross Kong, it's maybe 4 million. Hey everyone, welcome back to Poprageous. I'm Danny Alex.
Go on.
I'm a screenwriter here in Los Angeles. You know, that city in perpetual decline, Hollywood. Right now, screenwriters are killing civilians by the millions in Godzilla Cross Kong, the sequel to, would you call it a sequel? Yeah, you probably would, right? To Godzilla vs. Kong from 2021. Most of the same cast returns for another rumble of the Titans, and we get our young girl who is the secret to everything in this movie once again. Why? Because Hollywood has no new ideas, my friends. This is a spoiler-free review, and at the end, I'll give you my score out of 10, so check it out. And if you like this video, smash the like button, it helps a lot. Godzilla x Kong, the most important thing to keep in mind when going to watch this movie is not to expect too much story. Let me get right to the point. The story sucks. It's terrible. It's just another poorly written and ill-thought-out script that puts all of its emphasis on fights between the giant titans that roam all corners of this planet. And hey, that's totally fine. If you're going to a Godzilla or Kong movie to be entertained by a good story, you are misplacing your expectations, my friend. At least that's the case for any Godzilla or Kong movie that comes from Hollywood, because Godzilla Minus One was a treat to watch from start to finish. That was a Japanese filmmaker. The premise in writing and developing Godzilla Cross Kong was based around having lots of titans and giving them reason to get into a fight, smash, bash, and destroy cities, which of course results in millions of people being slaughtered. And it wouldn't be a good Godzilla or Kong movie if entire cities aren't being demolished. There is a softer side to Godzilla in this movie. He now likes sleeping in the Roman Colosseum. It's kind of funny. Oh, how cute. There's no confusing who the star of this movie is. It's the one who gets the majority of the screen time. Yeah, it's Kong. Which requires some seriously good CGI if the movie is going to have Kong with the majority of screen time. CGI is also known as animation. A lot of people don't equate the two as being the same, but they are. Animation is dynamic, moving CGI images. And with a $135 million budget, the CGI in this movie isn't too bad. There are some scenes in this movie that look as though they ran out of budget and couldn't polish them off, but for the most part, the CGI animation in Godzilla Cross Kong is good enough to give you a pretty good movie experience. There isn't anything that's overtly visually offensive. I mean, the CGI, it's adequate. Good enough for the movie, and it works. The worst part of this movie has to be any scene with humans. The human story is a choppy, sloppy mess with terrible, on-the-nose dialogue that Hollywood is becoming known for. It's like humans only exist in this movie to give endless bouts of exposition, to explain what's happening and how it's going to happen. And as you're watching and listening to one of the characters give some elaborate explanation, you're thinking to yourself, how the f*** would this person even know that? It's the hallmark of lazy script writing, when all of the important exposition and plot is delivered by characters as opposed to developing scenes that shows what happens and uses subtext to deliver the needed information. Well, why do it that way? It's just too hard. Tell, don't show, right? No. There are basically two storylines in this movie, one with Godzilla and the main one with Kong. Godzilla is roaming the earth, beating up on the other titans and looking for a more powerful breath weapon, it appears, while Kong is in Hollow Earth, a concept which literally has an absolute 0% chance of being possible. But it's science fiction, so it's all good, my friends. The movie gets going when Kong finds an unexplored region of Hollow Earth, which introduces us to our big movie bad guy, Skar King, a super agile giant ape that Kong is going to need some help defeating. Without getting into the details and ruining the movie, Kong goes to find Godzilla, which results in a cool fight between them in Cairo, Egypt. I mean, these bastards literally destroy the pyramids. It's kind of cool, actually. It's a pretty good fight. And it isn't until Mothra flies in to convince Godzilla to help Kong, which culminates into a badass fight in Rio de Janeiro that destroys half the city and kills 2 or 3 million people, maybe. Godzilla Cross Kong isn't a movie for movie intellectuals. It's a movie for fans who love this genre, and it does an excellent job in catering to its audience. And let's be honest, that's what a movie is supposed to do. This is why I don't mind this movie. It's not trying to be anything else but a movie about giant 300-foot titans and apes that fight, pound, and destroy cities with no regard for human life. It's honest and never takes itself seriously, except for giving its audience what it wants. The parts with humans are by far the worst, with dialogue that feels forced just so it can fit in the exposition that the characters need to deliver so that the plot and the visuals make sense. I don't think that there are any Academy Awards that this movie is going to win, but it will win over most of its audience and easily make a profit for Legendary and Warner Brothers. Godzilla x Kong does what it sets out to do. Have a whole bunch of fights between 300-foot giants and then weave an underwhelming story around it. It's not the best, but it kind of works. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving Godzilla x Kong a score of 7.0. It's a great bad movie that most of the fans of this genre are probably going to love. If you like what you heard, I thank you for watching, and feel free to subscribe to Poprageous. Love to have you on board, or hit the like button. YouTube, it's all about likes. Everything is about likes. And if you didn't like what you heard, hit dislike, I guess. But I do thank you for watching the whole video, and I will see you in our next one.